Welcome to Butterflies of Wisdom, everyone, and I'm going to be really transparent, you guys. I need a nap. I need a nap. So with all this college work, I am working on a huge final project, which was presented to me on Tuesday. Basically, my teacher basically said, X, Y, and Z, I know this is a lot for you to take in. I'm like, wow, this is a lot for all of us to take in. So basically, if I sound like I'm living under a rock of a textbook, that's because I am, even though I don't have textbooks right now. I am living under a rock of a textbook. So basically, I need a nap. And basically, what's happening now is I don't need any tough questions asked of me. I need all you guys, including Mel, to just cheer me on and just cheer me on, and then we'll focus on books when we can. That being said, I am boycotting Amazon and publishing through England Slots and dealing with that. I actually have a friend who I interviewed several years ago now who said, who admitted to me on this podcast, who also Suzanne, who said, I hate Amazon and you should boycott Amazon. And I didn't know what she was thinking until she literally said, you're not making enough money to live on Amazon. There's different ways to do it. Plus with Amazon buying Whole Foods, yeah, that's a little scary when they buy the biggest retail supermarket in the country. So what my dad and I have decided to do, both of us, is boycott Amazon best we can. So even though I'm still publishing books, I'll just be publishing through England Sports my own books, and then I will be also working with a publisher, two publishers actually. One is the Grassroots Movement. The other one, of course, I have to pay. And so I'm testing them both out to see whether they would be a good fit for me. But the Grassroots Movement is actually going along quicker than I actually thought. And it's 5,000 votes to get a publishing deal. And so we're at 1,000 right now. So if you guys go vote, I will put that link in the show notes. Now, you guys will probably think I'm nuts when I say the next statement out of my mouth, but I'm actually a journalist as of fall of 2019, but why not consider myself a journalist now? So, yeah, I'm officially a journalist. I will be finishing my first semester of fashion journalism school in December. Yay! So, yay on that one. I just need a nap. I just need a nap. And then when it comes to freelance writing, if I don't get a job at the New York Times or working remotely for Vogue, which one of my teachers does, believe it or not. She works for the UK version of Vogue and the US version. So we're talking about high quality teachers that are in the field or have been in the field. I mean, my studio class teacher had her own fashion line at one point. So, yeah. So basically, we are talking about people teaching me now the tricks of the trade I should have known 6.5 years ago, maybe 7.5 years ago. But, so when it comes to freelance writing, I'm going to do, go in at 500 and then raise my prices and then start at 500 because now I'm worth it to be 500. I was going to go in at 50, but everyone thinks I'm crazy, including Mel. And so I think that this freelance writer is going to go in at 500, and if you guys don't like it, you can go find a different freelance writer. And I'm going to have my team help me. My team is still going to be my team, even though if I'm doing freelance writing, I'm still going to have them look at the freelance writing before I send it back to you guys. So this is going to be my new career. And even though I am slowly but surely leaving the education field, I won't be leaving the education field at least until 2 years after I get my fashion journalism degree, not because I don't need the money. I have myself set up to make money from home, essentially, make money from behind the computer screen. And it's not because I don't need the money, it's because I want the stable paycheck still, and even though the stable paycheck is pittance, I love teaching, and people don't, including my dad, doesn't want me to leave the education field. I mean, he's like, okay, I'll let you go into freelance writing, but you have to promise me that you still have that job one day a week so we don't get on each other's nerves. Thank you very much. Because when you work from home, you get on the other person's nerves, disabled or not. So that's why I am still in my teaching career, still using my degree. I'll actually use both degrees now. And so I'm really excited about making the decision, even though I'm going to consider myself a full-time freelance writer / book author. I will still be in the teaching field. So yay on that front. But what we wanted to talk about today was the ekso and the exoskeleton. And no, I think I said on last week's episode, yes I did, I said the ekso would be coming out to California. Well, with me, my ekso. Well, that's not going to happen because, number one, there's only one ekso and about 10 people use it. So if I steal it so weak, people would be mad at me. And so, plus, it requires a huge carrying case, which I don't think that, I don't know how Amanda travels with the ekso. I mean, she does motivational speaking, or used to, traveling with the ekso. I can barely get a wheelchair through the TSA, let alone ekso box. I can barely get a wheelchair through the TSA, let alone the ekso box. So, if worst comes to worst, I will just get one when I'm out there, a nicely ball ekso, and use it at graduation, or I will just rely on my walker and rely on my own body weight to do it. But the ekso would be cool, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if a miracle ekso vibes in my life. But I don't think bringing the ekso from here is a good option, because so many people use it, and a lot of people would be mad at me if I stole the EXO for a week. So I don't think that's a great option. But luckily, the EXO is EXO's home is in California. So God knows I can find an EXO if I need to. And if my backup plan is just to rely on my own body weight. But it would be cool for me to be walking across in exoskeleton, only because I talked about that in this week's homeless assignment. I talked about the EXO and how it has improved my gait and how I'm not giving that up. But as I said, I don't think that I can simply just call up a physical therapy place and use the EXO. I wish I could. I wish the EXO would come home with me on a weekly basis, but nope, it's not. We're not to that point yet. So I am going to let Nell take it away, and that's the subject we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to let Nell lead in some questions, and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities.
Well, hello everybody. Wynn, how you doing today? Glad to be on board. Thank you for sharing all that. And you know, the thing that I like about the direction you're heading is that you're narrowing down your focus. I mean, yeah, you've racked up a few years as an educator, but you're following your passion to be a fashion journalist, and now you're really narrowing it down to freelance writing. And one of the toughest things to do as an entrepreneur is to figure out what your dollar value per hour is, or what your net worth is in your services. So I'm glad that you were able to kind of finalize that within yourself, because it has to really resonate with you, you know. And sometimes people are not comfortable coming up with a value of their own, and they either end up going too low, which is often the case. It's never usually too high. It's always too low, because they don't take into consideration the history of the professional biography. I look at your achievements and directions and all that, and I'm thinking, wow. I mean, albeit the fact that you have CP, okay, I get that, but even more so, even a person who doesn't have a disability to have done what you've done so far would take a lot of gumption, would take a lot of inspiration and overcoming a lot of things, and having somewhat of a healthy relationship with themselves over time. So kudos to you on that. As far as the EXO, yeah, in a perfect world, wouldn't it be great if you could just cart that thing off and take it with you to San Francisco? But not such the case. That's okay. That's totally okay.
Not such the case.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's totally okay. You're going to be traveling, I assume, in a wheelchair and with a walker and all that, and so be it. I'll be here. There'll be people around you, surrounded with you, and people that are accompanying you on your trip, and you're going to have an amazing time. You're going to soak it up. You had asked me, early in the week if there were any museums close by here, and there is one in downtown Sacramento. It's the Crocker Art Museum, beautiful museum. I love art. So I studied Italian Renaissance art history in London back in college in '92. So, it's close to my heart. And I've gone to the MoMA in San Francisco, which is another great museum. So plenty to do. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Plenty to see, plenty to do. If so there's tons of things to do and see. So I wouldn't even worry about it. You'll be able to buy your own extras.
I wouldn't even worry about it. No, and
you're totally fine.
That's what I'm hoping that this bionic technology would come down in price enough so that humans like me could use it. Although humans like me are already using it, even though it's in a controlled environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just hoping that eventually that the technology would get well enough to have the EXO be something you can strap on every day and walk around in.
Right. I mean, how comfortably are you in it? No pun intended, but walk us through what it's like to be in it. Describe to us what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what you wish it could do or would do.
Okay. Here's one of them. I'll start with what I don't like about it and what I don't fit. Okay. First of all, let me back up. I walk to the EXO. I sit in the EXO, and then they have to strap me in like there's no tomorrow, because basically I'm carrying a thing that's close to 150 pounds plus a 90-pound weight. So basically, the EXO sits in a chair. They have to strap me in. So basically, I have my legs, they start with legs, and they strap the feet in, they strap the legs in, and then the robot is on the outside of these straps. So basically, they strap my legs in, they strap my feet in, and then they strap me in at my chest, too. So basically, Velcro me in to this thing, and basically how they strap my feet in is, for those of you who have snowboard boots, it's the same, and I apologize for the coughing attack, it's the same technology as a snowboard binding. So just imagine the snowboard binding technology. And today on my Facebook, 1 year ago today, I actually had the honor of meeting the head of the EXO program, and he and I went for a little walk, and there's a video of me on crutches using the EXO. Scared half to death me, but I did it. And so, and the reason why we gave that up before I'm crutches up is because I don't have quite the balance yet. We're working on balance to work before I'm crutches. Luckily, they have a walker that I use. So basically, in those pictures that you see of me, you will see me using a big black walker, which I don't like using the walker, but it's something that I have to do. Now, each EXO session requires a PT, and because the PT is trained on the EXO, and I asked him yesterday, just as a general question, I said, where do you guys hang on when you're working with the patients? And they go, when we're hanging on to the back of the EXO, there's handles on the back of the EXO which the PT hangs onto, and they guide the EXO. Every individual uses crutches except me. And so I have a person, bless their heart, pulling a walker. I'm in the EXO, and the PT's behind me. And yeah, it's an interesting challenge with CT and the EXO, but they're literally pulling the walker just to keep the walker straight, because I tend to walk to the left, which I need to quit doing. I need to quit doing that. Once I need to do some balance exercises at home, because I just need to do that to keep up my to keep myself from walking to the left, because that's what I typically do in the EXO. And of course, the other thing I don't like about the EXO is the goddamn battery pack is so heavy on my back that it squishes my back. I mean, they had this battery pack all set up, and the patient is carrying battery pack, and battery pack must weigh 100 pounds. I'll actually put the EXO website in the show notes for this episode, so you guys can click on it and see what the EXO is like. And then that's the one thing I don't like. And the other thing I don't like is, and this was my biggest fear in San Francisco, if we use EXO, the EXO's not meant to go outside. So that was my biggest fear. If they had the graduation ceremony outside and I'm in the EXO, what am I going to do if the EXO doesn't like being outside? Now, granted, it's fall in San Francisco, but still, the EXO's not to go outside. We tried outside, and the EXO almost did a hissy fit with me in it. And the other small issue is I have to get on a disability power plate called the Galileo tilt table to loosen my tone to even get in the EXO, which that is not a big concern to me. That is not a big concern to me because I can just use a normal power plate. But I think the biggest concern was walking outside with the EXO. And finding a PT to do it with me won't be a big concern. I mean, it's finding a PT who's trained more than I am on the EXO, considering the EXO lives in California. And so they have, once you say exoskeleton to a PT, once I get the wheels in motion and find a PT in California who is trained on the EXO, that is not a big concern. My biggest concern was walking outside with the thing because it's not allowed to be outside.
So it's only it's an interior machine. It doesn't work well with the elements outside. Is that what?
Yeah, it works okay, but not that well. It works
because of
pavement, but I was just concerned. And the EXO is $65,000. Let's just put a price tag on this. So I'm concerned that if the graduation ceremony, which my school is so big, they'll probably put it in a glass stadium, knowing that my school, I mean, I have 400 students. I have 20 students in each of my 4 sections of my studio class. So when we meet, it's about 400 students, depending on all who showed up. So, and obviously I'm graduating in one of the biggest schools in that school. So, granted, they put most graduation ceremonies in football stadiums, which when it comes to even a walker, it's going to be a twist and a half because of grass.
You know, how heavy is this thing, Lynn? I mean, it's got to be pretty solid to hold you up like that.
I would say about 500 pounds.
No way. 500 pounds. Are you kidding?
400 to 500 pounds. I'm not kidding. It's heavy. I'm not kidding.
So, wow. So it's almost like you're stepping into an Iron Man suit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're literally stepping into an Iron Man suit. That's, I'm not kidding when I say 400 to 500 pounds.
Yeah. Huh. What's the farthest you've ever walked in it? 10 yards?
235 steps, and that was yesterday.
Wow. 235 steps?
Yeah.
So you figure each step is roughly, I don't know, what, 2 feet, maybe, a foot and a half?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there? That's pretty far. That's pretty awesome. And how many months have you been using this machine now?
I have been using this machine for over a good year.
Okay. Do you remember the first day you used it? What was that like? Was it kind of awkward, or how many steps did you take? Take us back to that day.
Yeah. Well, that day was in a totally different environment than I am now, and I thought, okay, me getting in a robot was the scariest thing ever. It's quite daunting when you see this 400 to 500 pound machine sitting in the chair. It's quite daunting. And they go, when do you want to try this? And I'm like, okay, what's next? What's next in my PT? I'm stagnant. At the time, I was stagnant in my PT. I had nerve damage. I didn't like my PT. Let's just put it that way. I was a very bad PT case. And so I'm like, okay, here we go. And I remember standing there with the big black watch I still use, and they tell me right step, shift to the left so the exo can take a right step. And the first moment I'm like, okay, this is my new home, because it was the coolest moment when my gait was aligned. It was the coolest moment when they said right step, and I looked down and my gait's aligned.
That had to be pretty awesome.
Yeah. And it still is when they, not so much anymore, but when they said right step yesterday, and I thought about the first step, and when I said right step yesterday, I got this huge smile on my face, and it's like, here we go again, taking another step, improving my gait.
Yeah. That's awesome. Wow.
So, yeah. Yes.
That's awesome. So what is the end result that you're looking for? What are they looking for you to be able to do in the
The end result, well, I never thought I would be in an exoskeleton, for one. I never thought I would be the day in my lifetime where I would be in an exoskeleton. I never thought my tone would be low enough. And we've accomplished those 2 milestones already. And now the next big step is me getting off of walking completely and be walking independently again. I haven't done that. Quite frankly, I haven't done that since my high school graduation.
Okay. How far away are you from achieving that, do you think?
I am achieving that. Well, right now we're working on standing independently, which if I put in the effort at home, which I should have me, bad PT patient doesn't put the effort in at home. Although I do have stairs and I do hike those every single day. So good PT patients are not bad PT patients about standing independently. Which starting next week, you guys, I will do this because I want when I get my diploma, I want to be relying on my own body weight. And I told my TTs, I said, look, I want to be relying on my own body weight when I walk across at graduation stage in 2019. I said that to them yesterday. They go, okay, let's work on that. Let's shoot for that goal. And so they're all in. Now, are they in for bringing the ekso out? Not so much. But that's okay. If we can't find an ekso out in California that I can bowl, we can work with a walker. But as long as I have mobility in my legs, and as long as I'm using my own body weight, and then I'm a happy camper.
Well, you've got some time to be able to achieve that, and it sounds like you're moving towards it, and you're improving every time. I'll be your biggest cheerleader when you do that. I'll be out there,
Well, everyone will. Everyone's saying, and I'm sorry, you guys, if I sound like I'm in a bad mood, that's because that's because I tried to do my homework at an official art museum yesterday. Do you know that the art museum in Aspen, Colorado does not have handicapped accessible doors? They have double doors, meaning that they expect a person to open the doors for the handicap. Two, their elevator was broken. So I was so pissed I turned around and walked out with my dad and then called a friend of mine who actually inspects buildings and said, what the F is this? And he just starts laughing at me because he's a wheelchair user as well. So I'm like, okay. So as I said to Mel, I hope the Culture Museum and the San Francisco MoMA are just a little bit more handicap friendly than my own museum is here.
Yeah, you shouldn't have a problem when you come out here.
Yeah.
I think California is pretty progressive when it comes to.
No, they're majorly.
Are they or are they not?
They are. No,
is California progressive?
Is one of the your whole state is progressive, not only in its way of medical thinking, but it's in its way of perceiving the handicap.
So California does a good job of that. Is that what you're saying? Irvine, California, which is in Southern California, I had no trouble. My aide and I had no trouble getting around there. And San Francisco is just going to be a little bit more challenging, but we'll figure it out. And what will end up happening is that, again, they're going to have to adapt the graduation ceremony to me because I'm coming out to pick up my diploma. There's no questions about that.
So again,
Yeah.
they're just going to, and I'll probably take a tour of the campus. Guess what? I'll probably take a tour of the campus and meet all these people that I've been talking to over the phone and put a face to the name, and because it's a lot easier when you put a face to the name. And of course, I'll be meeting you, and of course, I'll be bringing my books out, and we'll just make the time we have out there the best time yet.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have a great time. Are you kidding? There's lots to see and lots to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, there's lots to do, and I can't wait, but still, if you guys know of any, I wish I knew PTs on the West Coast. That would be terrific. If you guys know of any PTs that could help find an EXO that would be willing to work with me, that would be perfectly fine. I may text the director of my program here to see if I can make it work, but that will be in the next couple of weeks because she's really busy, and so I don't want to ask to meet mindless questions, knowing that this may not work out, but we'll see. I'm hoping that someone would pop out of the woodwork and like they did this morning, and so for my book, but we're talking about a bigger thing than publishing a book here, but we'll see what happens.
Well, a lot's going to happen between now and 2019, but I think you're going to have more than enough support. You're going to, we all adapt and change and learn over time. And I can't wait to see you. I think it's going to be absolutely fun.
Well,
I love cheering people on who succeed. I do. Go, win, go.
Well, go, win, go. Basically,
you walking up there to get your diploma. It's going to be awesome.
And
totally.
This is it, you guys. This is it. I'm not sending myself back to school another time. Place was nothing for me. The second time is about to kill me. So, twice is enough to me. So I'm not sending my self back to school unless for very, very, very special reasons. And right now, the education system is not looking so hot. So that's why I'm still keeping my toe in the education system, but I'm out of there until, as of 2019. I'll keep my toe in the education system, but, right now I'm working on books primarily as my main income because the education system is not looking so hot, and I'm so sorry to say that. I mean, with this fallen soldier debacle going on, and I don't know if you guys know this, but my grandfather fought on beaches of Anzio, and he was in Walter Reed as a patient and all this stuff. And so this fallen soldier debacle, when the buffoon we have as president doesn't even know the soldier's name, let alone the will's name, just makes me upset and sad. And he doesn't even care about the disabled. And you guys know that just aggravates me. The buffoon wants to make me sick and wants to make me poor. He doesn't care about me, and he cares about himself, quite frankly. He cares about himself, and I'm sorry to go on a political chances, but that is why I'm keeping my toe in the education field, but I'm not really in the education field anymore because when things happen, I want to have a backup plan. I mean, let's face it, my disability comes first, and your cousin's stroke and your best friend's stroke only comes first now.
Yeah, I think, backup plan, okay, I get that. I think you're not going to have any problems with a backup plan. I mean, you're going to be an educator forever. That never leaves you. But I think, forging ahead and really pursuing your dream and going for it at all costs and not stopping until you're absolutely satisfied and you reach it is the most important thing. I've talked to a lot of very successful people, and they don't talk about a backup plan. They talk about action steps. They talk about going through the ebbs and flows of those action steps. There's a direction. It's always straight ahead. They kind of make the lane fairly moderately wide to allow for things to come in and out, because there are things in life that come up, but they never deter from the direction of going straight ahead to their destination. They don't focus on the destination. They focus on the process. And as far as the destination, whatever the goal may be, they've envisioned what that looks like already, and they reverse engineer it, and they take the steps to get there. So I think you're going to be fine. Just keep working through it. As long as you're continually, as long as you're always passionate. Yeah, as long as you're passionate about what you still do, that's the most important ingredient. The second you're no longer passionate about your pursuits and your goals, you better change it, because you're not going to last very long. I don't think that's the case with you, so you're going to be just fine.
Well, to be quite honest with you, Mel, I'm more passionate about freelance writing and fashion journalism than I am education. And that's the honest truth, and maybe it's because I was emotionally abused and wasn't respected until 2010. I spent the first, and this is public knowledge, I spent the first 4 years of my teaching career miserable, and the studying and the teachers around me and my boss started to show her true colors. She is depressed, was depressed, and wasn't getting help for it. Didn't even thank my family for helping her, and it's miserable. So now, not so much. Now I'm supported, and I will never work in the education. I will never work in the public school system again. Put me in private school any day, and put me in private school any day, and I will just be happy as clam. But I truly am more passionate about education, about journalism than I am education. Not to say that I don't love the kids, but
you shall be very successful.
The admin, the everything around education drives me nuts. And the fact that the director of education in the U.S. doesn't believe in education, Betsy DeVos, drives me halfway nuts, because, And so I'm truly passionate about this degree. I mean, my new degree, I would go to the end of the year for this degree, and not because it's out of one of the most prestigious schools on the West Coast. I mean, it's just because I'm passionate about and I will take, I will do whatever I need to complete my degree by 2019.
Right. Well, hey, like I said, you're on the right track, and we're good. So, anything else you wanted to touch on? Anything else you want to touch on the EXO, or anything coming up for you?
I just hope that, and considering that my biggest population of downloads has always been San Francisco, California. I don't know why that would be, but my biggest population of downloads has always been San Francisco, California, not LA necessarily, not LA for the traffic, but San Francisco. So I must be doing something like the West Coast likes to be more than the East Coast, but we have to equal that out. But when I come out to see you guys, we may just do a small live podcast. Mel and I am concocting something special for you guys. Maybe a small book study.
We can do that.
I don't know. I know Mel's got a couple surprises up his sleeve, so I don't know. I don't know what. But if you guys don't see me in the next couple weeks, I'm not dead by any means. I'm just busy because unfortunately it's November, and unfortunately we have to talk about 2018. Oh yikes! Oh yikes!
Right.
That's scary. That's scary. I was talking about that with my aide this morning. I'm like, why are we talking about this now? Why are we talking about this now? I mean, at work we're already preparing for the holiday festivities. At work.
Right.
And it's not even Thanksgiving. Jeez. 2018. Oh, we need to talk about.
We'll take it 1 year at a time, Lynn.
One step at a time, 1 year at a time. So you guys, I don't know where I'm going to be in the next couple weeks. Yeah, no tough questions. No tough questions for Miss Wynn. Just be kind to me. Just be kind
to me.
We'll
put it on cruise control. We'll be fine. We'll be fine even by our next episode. I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't realize that this degree was going to be a little bit more intense than I thought. But no, I would go to the end of for this degree, and you guys know that, and Mel knows that, and as soon as I get out there, I'm going to drink a good glass of red wine and be perfectly happy. Nice.
And I will see you guys when I see you out there. If not sooner, I will be, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens job-wise, too.
Yep. Sounds good.
So, Mel, how would you like to close out this episode?
I will close by inviting all of you to really explore what you're passionate about, just as Wynn is and I am, and find your true calling, and don't be afraid to pursue it. Don't be afraid to live that dream and go after it, because you'll never get it unless you try. Just that simple. And whatever you do, don't give up. All right? Just because it's not happening as fast as you want to doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means it hasn't happened yet. It's all of, results will catch up to all the actions that you do. So just take it one step at a time. Okay? That's it.
That's it. Yeah. And so I'll be back on Monday with another interview, and if I sound a little bit exhausted, that's because I have this huge project coming up, and then, which I'm slowly but surely working on, thank God. And then I will be doing 2-hour critique the week of December 13th. Yeah. Which December 13th is a Tuesday. So by the time I get to Thursday, I will be done with my first semester. So I'll give you guys a solid update on that. I know I gave you guys a little bit of an update, but I will have a solid update as the weeks move along. And so now you get to pick the next subject, and then in December I'll be back in the right frame of mind to do this podcast. Right now I'm just focusing on schoolwork. I'm not really focusing, well, I am focusing on working out, but I am focusing on schoolwork and work I can do in my sleep. That's the good thing about my job. I'm a student. I was a student, and they still use the same philosophy, so I can do that like walking zombie. So now, what is next week's subject? If you can tell us that now.
You know, it's very important to lead with your heart and not with your head, because if you lead with your head, you're going to get yourself in trouble, and that's where self-doubt comes into play. Lead with your heart, and you'll never go wrong. And that's what we'll talk about next week. Okay?
Lead with your heart? I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot
It's
wait
gonna be good.
to answer that one.
All righty, guys?
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
We good.
And so
all right.
We'll talk to you guys next week, and I will put this episode up probably tomorrow, make it a bonus episode so you guys have something to listen to over the weekend, and we'll just keep trucking along. Thanks you guys.
Sounds good. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.